Alright, let's be real for a second. Honda basically ghost-dropped one of the scrappiest, most dialed-in little adventure bikes on Earth, and almost nobody stateside seems to have caught on. I'm talking about the 2026 Honda Sahara 300. By the time you finish reading this, you'll get why riders everywhere else are losing their minds over this thing. And yeah, you'll probably be a little jealous too. Welcome back to Moto Metrics. Let's just jump straight into the weeds. So where'd this bike even come from? Because that part actually matters. The Sahara 300, technically badged the XRE 300 Sahara, is cooked up in Brazil, purpose-built for South American roads, trails, and whatever godforsaken goat paths pass for highways down there. It's like Honda asked themselves a ridiculously simple question. What if we took genuine adventure bike bones and chucked all the stuff that makes them expensive, heavy, and terrifying for normal humans? That's it. Keep the soul, lose the bloat. What happened next? It became a sales monster. Since the current generation launched in 2023, over 90,000 units in Brazil alone. 90,000! That ain't some quirky niche plaything. That's a movement. Now for 2026, they didn't mess with what works. The oily bits, engine, gearbox, chassis, are essentially carryover, which honestly is a good thing. Instead, Honda refreshed the look across the lineup. Standard, rally, adventure. I know, new colors and graphics usually makes me yawn too, except the trim differences here actually mean something. Each one tells you something about who this bike is aimed at, and I'll get into that. Let's pop the tank first, because the motor's kind of the star of the show. It's a 293.5cc single-cylinder OHC lump, 26-ish horsepower, around 20 pound-feet of torque. I can already hear some of you, that's it? And yeah, if you're comparing it to some 1200cc behemoth, sure, it's modest. But torque delivery, right? It's tuned for the low end and mid-range. Chugging up a rocky incline with a week's worth of gear, it pulls. Splitting lanes in sticky city traffic? Snappy, no hesitation. No turbo lag, no waiting for revs, just twist and squirt. Perfect. Then there's the 6-speed gearbox. Might not sound earth-shattering to you, but in this segment, 5 cogs is the norm. That extra gear is the difference between a bike that's vibrating your fillings out at 70 miles an hour and one that's humming along, all relaxed while barely sipping fuel. Speaking of, fuel economy's bonkers. I mean, real-world riders are pushing past 60 miles per gallon without even trying hard. Some guys report better on long, steady highway drones. With a 3.6-gallon tank, you've got actual touring range, not advertised range, like forget about the next gas station for a while. It's wild. Okay, chassis time, and this is where the Sahara gets serious about playing in the dirt. The frame? Borrowed from the CRF 250F. That's a legit off-road platform, not some street bike dressed up in a pith helmet. Long travel suspension, spoked aluminum hoops, 21 inches front and 18 rear, and that big front wheel, man, it makes a world of difference when the pavement ends. Same wheel sizes you'd see on rigs costing triple the price. You've got 10.6 inches of ground clearance and a seat height of 38.8 inches, tall enough to telegraph I can do rough stuff, but not so sky-high that newer riders will feel like they need a stepladder. Dry weight is 324 pounds for standard and rally. The adventure trim tiptoes up to 328 with the extra protection bits bolted on. Now, here's a question. How many spec sheets have you drooled over only to ride the thing and feel meh? Happens constantly. The Sahara? The global rider feedback loop is unusually consistent. This little mule rewards commitment. Toss it into a paved corner, it digs in. Aim down a rutted trail, and the suspension actually does what the numbers suggest it should do. No, it's not a hardcore enduro weapon, nobody's saying it is, but as a mixed surface plaything, weekend explorer, daily commuter that doesn't feel like a punishment, nailed it. And then safety tech that'll make you snort your coffee. Dual-channel ABS, both wheels, not just the front, come standard. You also get an assisted slipper clutch, which lightens lever pull and stops the rear from chattering on sloppy downshifts. For newbies, it's like having a guardian angel. For vets, it's just nicer. Full LED lighting all around. Emergency braking signals. Grab a fistful of brakes in a panic stop and the hazards flash automatically. That's a premium bike feature, seriously. Digital dash with gear indicator, tach, trips, fuel gauge, clock, all that, plus a USB-C port staring you right in the face because Honda knows you're probably running navigation off your phone. Smart. Now, the elephant in the room. The part where American riders collectively groan. Why can't we have this? Currently, Honda USA isn't bringing the Sahara in. It's a Brazilian market machine, sold across Latin America and some global regions. But the winds are turning, I think. The CRF 300F trail bike just got confirmed for North America, and it shares some bloodline with the Sahara. Enthusiast press and ADV junkies keep banging the drum louder. The gap is real. A lightweight, genuinely capable, honest-to-God adventure bike under $5,000. None of the big manufacturers offer that new on US soil right now. Honda's people are smart. They know. It's probably not if, but when. Could be a direct import, could be a derivative model. We'll see. Just to give you perspective, the fully kitted adventure trim, tall windshield, frame guards, skid plate, the works, sits well below $5,000 US at current exchange rates. That's less than what a lot of Americans drop on accessories, luggage, and Starbucks runs before they even leave the dealership parking lot. Absurd. So, what now? Keep an ear to the ground. Watch for Honda's North American product whispers. And if you're the sort who's comfortable with gray market imports, or maybe your travels take you abroad, the Sahara 300 is worth knowing inside and out. Not just as trivia, as a legitimate option. At the end of the day, the 2026 Sahara 300 is more than a sweet little trail bike for other markets. It's proof you don't need 1,200 cc's, a mortgage-sized price tag, or a gym membership to pick the damn thing up. Honda balanced respect for the rider's wallet with respect for their sense of adventure. And that's a tightrope most manufacturers barely attempt anymore. So yeah, now you know why the rest of the planet is already sold. If you're into uncovering killer bikes most Americans sleep through, like criminally underrated machines, there's a video sitting in the end screen you should absolutely click. Do it. I'll catch you in the next one.